Kinsa gi ako?
Ikaw, di lang duhag ko.
Nami sa the same room. Manang
Why don't you just share the same PC? Kamu good? One mic ra kuno mo.
Mo gani. Nag-additional lang ng duha.
Neil, sound off.
silong na lang ko.
Oh my gosh, separate mo, gaaway mo, ga-LQ mo, muna separate na. Ikaw Clint sa taas, Ellen sa silong. Tawon.
Nana ko silong. Echo.
Oh my gosh. Murag sa palasyo sila gapuyo ba ang echo? Neil, wapa ko dumi mo.
Echo kaayo.
Neil, na ba si Neil? Nara. Aki. Marvin, sound off.
Present.
Saan nagawin siya ka pulo? Where are you picking up? Okay, let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. And today we're going to be talking about Game of Thrones, the finale. We are featuring the Geeks of Duma. Here with us today, we have Melvin, we have Ellen, we have Neil, we have Marvin, we have Clint. All from Geeks of Duma, and we just finished watching the finale, and we'd like to talk about it, share our thoughts about it, and see if you agree or disagree. So we have a lot of point of views. First of all, from left to right, okay? We have Melvin, and then Ellen will be next. Oh, Pao is coming in. Pau's connecting. Doc?
English,
are you in?
English?
Doc? Dili na, sagot na, whichever.
English ba?
Whichever, man, whichever.
Okay.
Whichever. We're good. Okay, so we'll go left to right, ha? So write this down. Si Melvin una. Every time mo ask a question, ha? Si Melvin, Ellen, Neil, Marvin, Clint, and then Pao. Muna na, ha? So every question.
Ni Clint.
Oh, come on. Pwede mo dungan-dungan ni Clint. That's all right. All right, so this is how. See, ako rin mo call roll ako for every question. Okay, first of all. Finale, 1 out of 10. When the Game of Thrones last season, how would you rate it? We'll start with Melvin, Mr. Melvin Tan.
8.
8? Oh my gosh, that's very high. 8, you sure? Why is that high? Ganana ka? You like the finale?
Okay raman. Oo.
Alright.
So far,
Alright.
consistent man sila sa character build-up.
Consistent.
Hindi lang ha magkuhan kay.
Alright.
Paulo troll man na, sure ball.
Mo troll na. Muhatay siya. Worst movie ever. Kaya si Pao. Okay, Ellen, 1 to 10. What do you think?
10, abi na ko A, B, C.
Oh. 1 to 10. Okay, kinsa to? 1 to 10 ra.
Hindi akong kuhan. What 10 ang highest?
10 ang highest. Unless taga foundation ka, 1 is highest. Shout out sa mga foundationites.
Mga 7.
7, alright. Fair.
Nagagamay -1.
Taasa, oy, I wouldn't even come close to that. It because a lot of people are thinking that this is very disconnected. But yeah, everyone's got their own opinion. Neil, pila man, 1 to 10.
4.
4. Okay, na. My reaction. Come on.
It could have been better.
Ngit, mang good. It was dark. That's why. It was so dark.
The dark was the night is dark.
And full of terrors, o diba?
Kasi dark, kasi relation sa dark, so good.
Kaya na may episodes dito nga balingit-ngita, diba? Oh, Marvin! 1 to 10. Ay! Time sa ako sa ni-disconnect si Marvin na ato sa itang tango. Unsa ni block niya siya?
9 ba?
9, Marv? Sure ka? You really like it?
Buboys!
Dako na gani ng 4.
Go Buboys!
Number 1 is si Bran na himong king, wala nag-expect ato. Second
Oh my
is
God.
si Mad.
Ay, foreshadow na to.
Yeah, it was foreseen na ba?
Paminaw.
Everything kay gi-summarize in one season. Kinsa may makagamag inana na storyline dayon, di ba?
Yeah.
Picture.
Agree,
All
agree.
right, all right, all right. Fair point, fair point. Everything was summarized. Everyone came together. It was the Avengers Endgame kind of style, diba? Everyone came together.
Gosh,
Girash, Girash. Okay.
Rush
Clint,
na
1 to
tayo.
10.
3.
Baba!
Pag,
Kasi if
Clint,
base,
pag himo, no, ikaw daw ang writer, be.
dili, if our, there were, pila man na, kanusa pa man na siya ni gawas, diba, it took them pila kay, kuan pa,
2 years.
pila
I think it was 9 years in the making, diba?
Pero if compared to the other seasons, that was the worst season.
It
in
could
Game
be,
of
it
Thrones.
could be, it could
Diba,
be.
question is overall, dili man season...
Yeah, the last season, ra. And then we'll move on. Sa finale man natong istorya.
Okay.
Yeah, Pau! Matay kay tres na Pau, ha? Tres na si Clint. Wa na mas babaan na, madahan. Pila mo? 1 to 10.
0.
10.
10? Si Pau gihatag og 10 ba? Madahan, binuang. Binuang.
Ikaw ba na?
Yes, because it's really real.
There was not enough nudity, Pau. Madahan.
Siyempre, I give it a 10 because in real life, you can't really expect anything.
Oh, char. Oh, di ba? The wise words of Dr. Pau.
Real life.
All right, so what were the things like if
Remember
there's
na na-troll ba
anything if there is anything that you could change sa ending of how it ended, because a lot of people were thinking that it would have gone better because there were so many things going on, but there was not enough maybe punch to this last season compared to most seasons. How would you have you liked it to end unta? I'll give you my idea. For example, if you guys saw the last part where Jon Snow stabbed Daenerys, right? And the dragon Drogo came by, pissed, and breathed fire on the throne, Alana yung throne. I really wanted him to set Jon Snow on fire to see if he will actually be set on fire. Diba? Because the real kings of Targaryens, they don't burn. I wanted to see if Jon Snow would have burned unta ba. Muna yung tayo lami kaya nga siya unta mo king dude. Okay, wala unta. Yeah, that's how I wanted to go. How about you, Mel? We'll start with Mel. If nakay ganani usbon
Paulo
unta.
sa vice versa ay ka ng
Sige, right to left. Sige, pow. If makausog ka, nakay mausban sa season 8, if there was anything you wanted to change, what would it have been?
It should have been a commoner, been king.
Ang na king, Brad?
No,
Well, yeah,
palahi,
Brad was
palahi,
not a
palahi.
commoner. Palahi, a commoner on
Dapat
Who would you have suggested?
commoner lang not in the dapat it should be a democracy. We should be born out of the story.
Oh, well, technically, they did. Tyrion did say that we will no longer have a king rightfully. The council will choose, diba?
Dapat dili na king.
Yeah. I would have liked to see kinsa to si Gendry, diba? Si Gendry ang bastard child ni Baratheon. Moy heir unta pod. It would have been nice to see a commoner do it.
Dapat unta gi-kill nila si Jon Snow.
Wow, he was set to the the Night Watch. Usob again.
Not enough.
Ow.
Not enough.
All right. Clint. If there was anything you could have changed.
Okay. So,
What's
based
that?
on my opinion, it would have been better if they have divided the season into two. So the season should have ended
At 9.
the season should have ended. The last season should have ended on the fight of the Night's King. They should have ended that, and they should have stretched that one for several seasons. Then the second part would have been the part where they go with Cersei, they fight with Cersei. So I would have preferred to extend that one.
Bitaw. I mean, like, Cersei's death was not satisfying in a way.
Yeah, supposedly they should have, let's say for example, the Night's Watch should have been extravagant. It should have been an ending of one season. They should have ended with one fight, one battle. Then the next battle should have been another
Season pod kay
season.
intense na kayo. Murag they squeeze a lot of content in one season. Normally there's a lot of build up to a fight, right? And then after the Night King battle with the Night King, diretso na pod sila away sa line na pod murag gi-rush or good
So
nila
if you have,
mga-
so if you have noticed, majority of the season they have always have one grand battle.
one grand
every,
battle bitaw, yeah.
every season, but they have put everything. More or less all CGI, no more build-up characters. They just wanted to end everything.
Yeah. I think like this was one of the very few series nga they really wanted to end it. Normally ang series, ilag yun i-extend, di ba? Hantod nga kanusa na yun. Pero karon ra gyud ko nakabantay like ala gadali gyud sila pauman bay. I would have liked to see like the end of the season would be the Night King death. And maybe season 9 would be a wrap-up. Muna i-wrap up season unta. Ilay hinay-hinayon ang arc sa tanan nga mga characters nga nabuhi pa. Unta, diba? Alright. There you have it. There you have it for Clint. Alright, next, Neil. If there's anything you could have changed.
Moro na kung kuan tying up loose end. Kay dagang kay loose end yung murag kalit na nilag tie up together.
Murag Infinity
Bundle-
Wars.
bundle up-
Murag Endgame.
Muna
yun.
naka-realistic sa story. Kailangan mo na i-tie up na lusa.
Yeah.
Dagan ba kayo? Dagan kay kuan ba?
That's what
Dagan kay
makes it realistic.
interesting na story
Wala
na.
gasunod siya.
Yeah, all of a sudden,
Slow
like,
as
for
slow.
example, at the end of the last episode, Tyrion became Hand, and everyone else all of a sudden became part of that council. The Master of Coin, unsa to, Master of unsa ba. So yeah, there was
Unrealistic.
yeah, it happened very fast. It happened very fast. Like we've seen every season of Game of Thrones was a slow grind, and all of a sudden we're here being rushed.
Nadyo always mo kontra nila bahalag unsa pa ka insignificant ana. So murag kuan siya ba unrealistic ayo nga
Unsay
because
unrealistic.
sila na
Neil,
They're
Okay,
flying
Ranan.
dragons. I think
Si
unrealistic.
Bran baya knows everything, knows the future. So kung gipili to ni
Dili
Bran
pastra yung
Pasra.
makita. Dili siya kakita sa future.
Yeah. He can see only the past.
Pastra yung, he cannot see the future. Ang pastra yung
past and
makita.
present naman niya past
Yeah,
and
but
present.
that's still useful
Oh,
as a
past and
king
present.
because he could see everyone's history and therefore unite everyone because no one can lie to him, diba? If mo balibad
true,
sila or
true.
mo
No one can
makak, King Bran can know, can predict. Okay, remember what Jon Snow said, I'm sorry I was not there for you. And ingon si Bran, you were exactly where you were supposed to be. It's like,
So wala na
what's so
dapat-
funny? Oy,
Okay,
sakto,
okay
I'm
na.
so accurate,
Okay
diba?
na, sorry.
Pero
Sige.
actually,
Ano sama dyan?
Sa God of War, di ba nga katong story ni Odin nga di rin dyan siya makapredict sa future sa information na sa unsa na
Yeah.
rely.
Yeah, I think like by looking
Or
at people's past, he can make sort of a prediction of what they would do in the future.
Zola's algorithm.
Oh, there's an algorithm for it. So technically, Bran is a supercomputer. He's Skynet. Nagkakay siyang memory. Say, Melvin, if there was any way you could have changed, if there was anything you could have changed, sa storyline, unsa na kayo mo yung usbon?
Katulang death sa Night King. Medyo
Like
late.
what?
Yeah, the death of the Night King was not
Oh,
as awesome.
Satisfying.
Like, that was it? Bisa katong death of Daenerys, ba?
Yeah,
Dili ko
parang-
sure ba? Namatay si Daenerys, like, galantaw ko, wala ko gasyagit. Ana ko ba nga? Sure ba? Sure na mo?
Ang Daenerys scene kay Mura history repeat itself.
I die like a diva ba eh. Muna na ng style. Mumatay ko kinanglan.
Murag na ako magdo.
So, marami sila, they are trying to build up.
Blind spot, blind, ano to? Sana sa Ricky Maru?
Backstab.
Backstab. Front stab man to. Dili man to backstab.
Pero backstab ya, pero uncaught off guard.
There wasn't even much more of a reason. Murag dili ko klaruhan why the Night King was after Bran. I mean, like he was after. Okay, let's say the history. How
Kasi
far is he
kabalo siya
going to
na
go? You know, I didn't read the
Running
books. Maybe
through
there's
the story.
deeper. Nagay mas deeper nga explanation. Nanong good na Bran.
Maura bang explain nga di siya ganahan to eradicate the people, kinarang mawala ang story. Nga morto.
Oh.
Diba?
Mura siya Skynet ba? It's definitely like an AI set loose out of control because he's just doing what he's designed to do. Diba? Was to protect the kung sa to, people of the forest, children of the forest. Kung sa ganito?
Oo. So, murag mo yung goal to destroy man. Nga, para ma-destroy ang man, dapat i-resolve ng history.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Technically, a lot of people think that the Night King had a conscience. No, I think he was just doing everything by design sa Yahaba. So, mura na. Kinanglan good. Pero yung death good, bitin kayo. Yeah. All right. Moving on. If you could, what would be your way? How would you have liked Cersei to die? Well, we'll start with Melvin and then go right to Ellen. Cersei, a lot of people would say Cersei needed to die, definitely. But the way she died in season 8 probably was not satisfying. Uy, kids ay kakaon! I heard spoon and fork! Gigutom lagi ko! How would have you liked her to die? For me personally, like I'll start, I would have wanted her to escape unta and live a life of poverty to feel like she's defeated and she has to live her
everything.
yes, to live her life and experience defeat. And because everything she does, if it's true, she just did for her children. Diba? Para good siyang mga anak. Sige mo na yun yung motivation. So, if mabuhay unta siya, I would have thought that would be more painful for her to continue living on in exile and live as a commoner. Suffer, yeah. To suffer more because that death was too quick. So, how about you guys? Sugata ni Melvin, design the death of Cersei. If you could redesign her death.
Thursday?
Yeah, would have you liked Jaime to live or die, Pud? So, kanan, two questions.
Oh, we need it. Again, pardon?
Melvin, you still there? Bayot.
Yeah.
Nagkakaon si Melvin.
Nakaon si Melvin.
Sorry.
Pastelan.
Nagkakaon.
Death of Cersei. If you could redesign the death of Cersei, or would she have died or not, ikaw, gawin sa nimo ta.
Kaunon siya ni Sinatang Dragon.
Drogo, kaunon. Mayo. Kana ba? And then libangon ra ba? Jaime though, would you ever like Jaime to die unta?
Jaime, no.
Nah, he should have lived, yeah. All right. Ellen, Jaime, Cersei, your thoughts.
Cersei, ginahat ako nag-away yung tato silang Daenerys. That would have been nice. Dili worth it na namatay ra siya, nahulugan og rubble.
Yeah, bitaw. It didn't feel like...
Nothing ra siya, no impact ba or anything.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because when Tyrion was digging them out, it didn't look like a pure collapse biya. Malikay ra biya to. Diba? When you're in an earthquake, shouldn't you stay close to the pillars? Mabuhi ra unta mo.
Yeah, dagan na bang space ditong
Bitaw, yeah, exactly. Oh, si Tyrion, murag daghan pa kay space, murag dili man to total collapse. Ano gud to?
Na-collapse ra tong ilang gitindugan.
Oh, weirdly, na-collapse na to ilang gitindugan. All right, Neil, how would you have liked it to Cersei, Jaime and Cersei?
Suffer more. It's either
Suffer more.
mamatay si Jaime in front of her or makuhaan siya, then mamatay si Jaime.
Sige, pwede. Or palakaw na po siya gahubo ba? Shame. Kling. Shame.
Or something.
Bitaw. That would have been more romantic that they live in exile around ta. But yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Clint, unsay mo?
Ako
Bitaw.
my turn?
Yeah. What do you think?
I would suggest na koan that Jamie would have killed her.
Muna ako.
Bitaw. Jamie would have killed his own sister.
Sister.
Love for life. Like his life.
Kung mga ba og yahan wala na siya control over ni Jamie ba? Then for
Bitaw.
Jamie, that is the complete story
Don't let
arc na
balikan.
control siya sa iyahang sister ba. Although he calls it love, pero para niya mura siya manipulative na Japon na siya.
It felt
So,
more
to
like a
complete the
curse, right?
Na mo ba og in order to complete the Jamie og Cersei nga arc, the Jamie nga arc is always love si Cersei. At the very beginning of season 1, di ba, love mo siya.
The things I do for love.
Love.
Pew!
Also.
Fuck.
So,
Hulog ang bata.
diya siya makarealize na love, in order to kill, she needs to kill her so that love din niya, Japon.
All right. Pau, what about you? Jamie, Cersei.
Ako, the fact that it made you all unsatisfied, I wouldn't change a thing.
Troll si Pau, man. Maling troll kayo. Sige, Marvin. What do you think?
Same answer ni Clint. Bow.
Yeah, I think like maybe Jamie comes to a realization he's obsessed with his sister and he needs to cut this tie, right? But don't forget though, Cersei might have been pregnant with Jamie's child, so that could be another challenging factor, diba?
Sabi na kung dito might have been pregnant dito.
She didn't look pregnant. I think she was faking it. What do you guys think?
Taking
Di
it
ba
been how many trimester na siya nga nana to yung kuan. Iyang bump sa iyang tiyan sa nga trimester naman kuno siya sa kuan.
Ellen, ikaw rin expert ana, be. Ikaw explain ba? Map do sa dili.
Pilo na to,
Well,
pilo.
magdili.
Murag dili. Kaya murag abs ra kayo.
Then ang dili na ko ganahan is wala si witty remarks sa ending gani kada bang he was just standing in the balcony looking at the koan then
And her city
kay
on
yung
fire.
proper dialogue.
Wala lagi yung elephants.
She did not get her elephants. She would have really loved it.
Mura ba yung pangkapoy ang mga writer then mo say okay just stand there watch the destruction then
Kabalo ba mo na sa history sa author?
wala pa niya
R.R. Martin? Wala pa na
Ang
gitiwas.
ang personality, ang history, unsay ganahan mo ending sa author?
Unta, bitaw.
which author the
It's-
screenwriter or the
J.R.R. Martin?
George Martin mismo. The fact that it made people hate the storyline, it makes it very good.
I think he takes satisfaction from it ba?
Parang man ang people moingon nga hiwasa ang books.
Pero murag wa na lami kay they've already done it beyond the books
It made
na.
you hate the movie, make it very good.
But I think this will be a good chance for George Martin to write the book and retell the story unta because the last season was not that good.
Control ko.
Troll og whale. The whale troll. The trail. You're a trail. A troll whale.
Ito naman si Cersei ato. Wala naman ko siya mabuhat. Pero
Nas Melvin?
Oh, na. I think he's driving. Si Melvin po na po diri kakaon. Okay. Let's move on. Brienne of Tarth and Jamie, was that really necessary? That scene? Sila gudwa na dayon.
Mas si Tormund. Should have been
Awkward
Tormund.
kayo, kan?
Ayang Squire?
Companionship ra to. Di ba nag-journey together sila?
Yeah,
So,
but it didn't make sense. Why would
develop, etc.
Jamie and Brienne sleep together and ending si Jamie just ran back to his sister? It's like, yeah, I just used you, by the way. Boom.
Nang ano, di ba din na tinuod? Di ba na realistic sa atong situation karon?
Inoon.
Both are
Brokeback
drunk.
Mountain.
Both were drunk. Both were drunk. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's cold. It's cold in the north.
It's cold in the north.
Nothing to do.
Seeing Arya
Unsa may nakapangit?
Di, pre-war ritual man sa to.
pre-war ritual before.
Lain Varia.
Naman to.
How about Arya? For me personally, I felt very wrong seeing Arya naked, considering that she was just a baby when I was watching her. And I saw her grow up.
21 years old na siya, no?
It's like, huy, sakto ba ni? Murag bata pa siya. Katong nalanta ko niya sa season 1 ug 2. Nga karon kapahubo-hubo siya like,
So,
uy,
okay ra.
okay ra to? Para ninyo? Okay ra? Alright. I think like si Sansa po, wala po siya yung nude scene, di ba? Kaya I think Sansa also made it clear nga di siya ganahan mo pa nude scene. Si Phoenix.
As a contract.
Nasa contract po, di ba? Nasa contract. Yeah, I mean like even Daenerys had a contract na pag sikat na siya, di na siya ganahan mo do nude scene. Or not too much na. Alright, let's move on. Favorite episode ever in all of Game of Thrones, if you had to choose. We're gonna go right to left. This is a big question. Alright, we're gonna start with Marvin. What was your favorite episode ever in Game of Thrones?
Wedding and Battle of the Bastard.
The Red Wedding.
Red Wedding.
Oh man, that scene was so brutal. They had to stab a pregnant woman over and over. Battle of the Bastards, zigzag. Buhay yung tatong bata. Pastilan di man mo zigzag.
Bastard.
Battle of the Bastards katong arrow and then gibuhi ang
Si
Bolton.
youngest.
ang youngest son. Rickon dago yung ngalan? I forgot.
Oh, Deacon.
Oh, dili man mo zigzag tanawa namatay. All right. Pau, favorite episode ever in Game of Thrones?
Bells.
What's that to?
Katong ringing of the bells? Ringing of the bells?
Katong one of the last episodes sa season 8.
Yeah.
And then katong si Tyrion mo hang yung ring the bells para dili na mo patyo ng mga tao kay no mo surrender naman ang mga tao when you ring the bells and open the gate. But Daenerys went crazy and decides to, pull out the flamethrower.
I would burn everyone.
Hala, tinuod ka. Burn everyone good. Sakto ra, exactly like what her father said. Burn them all.
Burn the wheel.
Because they supported the corrupt or the tyrant. So they deserve to burn.
Well,
with their
technically, she went right into the hands of Cersei. That was exactly what Cersei wanted Daenerys to do, right? And look at the chaos that happened. It cost her her life. So technically, if Cersei lived, she would have won that one. Technically, diba? All right, Clint. Favorite episode ever in all seasons of Game of Thrones?
All seasons, so I would pick the ending of season 1.
How did it end?
Of Eddard Stark.
Paghulog ni Brad.
Paghulog ni Brad, wala eh.
Ay, hindi.
Katong nga scene.
Eddard Stark.
Okay, the cutting of Eddard Stark's head. That was.
It was the first realization. This GOT is different from other episodes.
Yeah, it's definitely a different show. Good. When I saw Jaime and Cersei doing it on the tower, gani sa season 1, it's like okay, that's too much. And then they drop the kids like okay, grabe na good. All right.
Especially at the end of Eddard Stark, when you see them cutting off heads, I thought, it's not gonna happen. They will have this character go to season 2, but they have killed it even in first season. Then that's the first main character died in the first season.
Luoy kay si Ned Stark kay sayo kay namatay na sikat di ayang show pastilan wala unta niya gipatyon dayon.
Pero that made the season or the show one of the best.
Yeah, got a lot of views. All right. Moving on. Neil, favorite episode ever?
Purple Wedding.
Katong namatay si Joffrey?
Yup.
Katong na poison si Joffrey ba?
Ayun po, satisfying
Purple.
game.
Kato when Jeffrey was poisoned. Nice,
That
nice,
was
nice.
something na satisfying na dyan ayo. Kaya murag i-build up na dyan nila from become earlier seasons na makalagot kay si Joffrey. Then, murag satisfying kay ang death ba? Na namatay na dyan.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that kid did such a good job. He was in Batman Begins, by the way. He was the kid in Batman Begins.
Nahasa ang actor, maglagot ka.
Yeah, and he gets death threats IRL, by. He was getting death threats IRL. That means he was doing his job so good. Guwapo kayo siya nga actor nga mo play good siya role. Iyang nawungyud ba? All right. Ellen, favorite episode ever in all of Game of Thrones?
The Count's
Wala
Follow
akong favorite
Unfollow.
So,
episode.
anak ko is
You don't have one? But any episode that memorable, most memorable for you?
Katong episode na katong ganing, di ba naman na yung brother si Daenerys? Katong ganing na gibuan siya
Gold.
Katong episode ba?
Yeah.
Katong episode.
Yeah, mingaw kay kog Khal Drogo, Aquaman naman siya ron, unsa taman. Paling brusko ba abs good. Yeah. But when that brother died finally, murag Daenerys nanagod siya plan, no. All right, Melv, kaon pa ka. Unsay magikaon, Melv? Describe to me what you're eating. Oh.
Best
Unsay mong
episode, diba?
best favorite episode ever?
ako may kakaon.
Katong pag-free sa Unsolid.
Saan Sally?
Kailak.
Pag-free.
Pag free na nila, and then ingon si Daenerys nga, join me, follow me.
Basta.
All right. For me, it has to be every episode when Arya was in Essos training to be an assassin. Every single episode nga na si Arya nga ga-training siya dito, muya akong ganahan. Katong nabuta siya, katong nakakuha na siya skill, and then iya gud gipatyo ng tao sa mga Iron Islands, katong gibetray siya. When she managed to get back to the island and she was disguising herself and poisoned everyone nga nakasala sa Red Wedding. It's like, grabe ha, pero OP kay to yung mask, yung pa-disguise. But the problem was, I never saw her use that skill again ever since. I mean,
Yes, that's the problem.
Her story arc was so long, and they trained her to be this kind of assassin that she can, meld or blend in with the crowd. But I've never seen her use that skill of creating a mask and all those magic again.
Wala na may gamit wala na sa mga White Walkers.
Dili useful kay what kind of assassin would you be kung mo ipakita yourself in a crowd?
Well, when she was welcoming Jon Snow, right? She could have used a disguise naman pud, or maybe she could have disguised herself as a White Walker pud. What kabalo? I mean, like, we don't even know how that stuff works, right?
Basta mo na yung way na, di ba mo ingon siya nga, how did you get past, or how did you get here, basta mo na yung style to get around.
Yeah.
Maybe behind the scenes ba?
Yeah, behind the scenes, and I'd like to see a more spin-off. Like, for example, Arya sayang ending kay ga-travel siya west of Westeros, diba? I'm thinking hopefully they'll make a spin-off. All right. Next question. Yeah? Sige, Clint.
The reason why anong strategy sa mga screenwriters is they want it to be vague. All
Open-ended.
vague ba? So
Yeah,
that
let the audience.
open-ended.
Yeah.
Let the audience, or let J.J. Martin do the refinement of that movie into his book, because
Better.
the last book is still in making. So I think it's a strategy pala nila.
Dayon pa kayang last book, season 5 ba?
Season 5 pa. Season 5 pa ang last book, good. So basically, George Martin is not obliged to follow the story. He can twist Game of Thrones in the next book, season 6, for example. In a different way. Yeah, because
Not
I
that
don't.
story.
Yeah. I don't think he can write
Pero
about
ngayon, kay
season
siya
6,
caption,
7, or
ngayon kay siya
8.
caption.
Yeah.
Ngayon kay siya caption, kay season 5 pa biya atong last book.
Pero dili siya ba?
Yeah,
Season
so-
8 na na.
Yeah. So I think like George Martin can either write new stories for 6, 7, 8 to diverge, or he writes about 6, 7, and 8. All right. If you would like a spin-off to see more of Game of Thrones, humana ang Game of Thrones. There's nothing left, but we saw a lot of story arcs move somewhere else. If you would like to extend it, whose story arc would you be most interested to see? We'll start with Marvin. Marv,
Bran
Bran?
start. Yeah. Kung king na siya, how he will rule the.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'd like to see more of it. We didn't see enough of Bran ruling as a king, even though Murag he was already established, diba? And how would he use his powers unta to rule as the three-eyed raven? All right. Pao,
Yes.
if you would have wanted to see a spin-off of a story arc of someone unta sa Game of Thrones, kinsa nga?
Wait.
Oy, kinsa nga video? Alay, agi.
Ay, okay,
Sorry.
sige,
Akong bandwidth. Oh my gosh.
Hello?
Oh. Kinsa
Hello?
gagamit?
Again?
Kinsa gagamit og Google Maps?
Hello?
Buyet.
Ang buot.
Si Boyet.
Ako.
You drive pa dahil si Marvin.
In 100 meters, turn left.
Hello?
Oh, Pao.
Paulo na, Paulo.
If ganahan kag spin-off unta, kinsa nga story mong ganahan i-follow? Who's the most interesting to
Sansa.
you?
Head north on South Pollen Road.
Head north daw.
Pollen Road.
You are going the wrong way.
North.
Head north. Oh,
Head north, King of the North. Winter is coming. Hala ka niya. Pao.
Sansa.
Sansa.
Continue on South Pollen
Nice.
Road for a half mile.
Oy. Yeah,
Marvin.
it's interesting because Sansa is the lady now of the North. Kinsa na yung parisan because she's gonna need to find a partner, right? So
Brad.
it'll be interesting kinsa mo diskarte niya kay
Si
you know.
Bran.
Oy,
Eh,
di ba?
interesting man po ana, di ba? Independent ang
Yeah,
Nation.
that's true.
Tapos,
Independent
siya,
kingdom.
siya ang queen.
the queen of
So
the North.
monarchy na ba?
Eventually, kung mailisa na si Koan,
Bran.
nadyo na yung tendency na they would try to conquer again the North. Ang next step po. So,
Bitaw.
sa kayo mapadol nga na.
Yeah, and,
Demokrasi naman sunod.
In 1,000
yeah,
feet,
except
turn
except
left.
for the North. Kaya ang North ra may monarchy ra gyapon. Because they decided not to join the Six Kingdoms, diba? Six Kingdoms
Dream ba
naman.
niya, dream ba niya mahimo og kuan? Na queen.
Yeah, but eventually they'll need an heir kay all the Starks
Mao ganina. That is
are
why
gone.
Turn left.
Ganahan ko musunod niya is because she's just like Daenerys and Cersei.
Kay, the way she was thinking, she knew right away Daenerys wasn't a good queen,
Continue
diba?
on East 333rd Street for 2 miles.
Because she can see herself.
Alright.
Pagdating siya ba?
Bitaw. She could already sense it down in Daenerys, which was a sign of her
okay.
good thing.
Because of also her ambition.
All right. Okay, Clint, what about you? What spin-off would you like to follow?
I would like to see Daenerys alive and building another army.
Whoa! Wait a minute. What? Oh yeah, because Drogo took her away somewhere, diba? And Bran did say at the end nga he will try to find him. Diba? Bran was saying.
Di ba ga-mention si George Martin na Phoenix ko. He was mentioning about a phoenix. Si Daenerys would
X-Men
rise. Ha?
Phoenix down.
Are you sure that's not Phoenix down ka diya, Final Fantasy? Dili. Ang Phoenix kay nasa X-Men man. Are you sure you got the right movie?
X-Men.
Yes.
Stark na.
Si Sansa man to mahimong Phoenix.
Ga-mention to siya ato.
Troll.
Kinsa may fire nila. So, this is Daenerys na tendency kung di ba
Og
big
si
kaya ang
Sansa
ending.
Phoenix.
Mura siyang resurrect,
Phoenix.
reborn.
Gikuha ra siyang Drogon. Pag kumabot na ma-release na ng book ana, I have a feeling na i-reborn na siya.
Ay, wala. Mahimo siya White Walker.
May mo siya bata.
Pwede. Reborn.
Napamalain ka katong red priestess, di ba? So, basi gidalang Drogon dito.
Patay
Bitaw.
na, uy.
Wala naman tong Red Priestess.
No, there's another one. Napa usa.
Oh, yeah.
There was one
Na isa sa
more.
mirin.
But she had a very short role, ra. One episode ra siya. Very short ra siya nayabot. Cult of
Na isa
the...
sa mirin.
Yeah. All right. Very good one. Clint, what about you? Ako man na?
Manas ko.
Neil.
Ellen na.
Ellen.
Ay, si Neil pala. Next!
Man, Arya na murdering spree.
Bitaw. I mean, Arya went to the west naman. I think they should make a spin-off of her. Kay Captain naman siya siyang ship, di ba? Ang logo sa ship kay Starker gapon.
Pwede na to i-take out.
Winterfell nga logo.
Pero, kinsa to sa book ng katong upoy ship?
Ay, wala ako nakabasa sa book. Kinsay nakabasa man, be.
Ako,
Wala
sila.
ako basa.
Wala.
Sa book?
So, kinsa to
Tama na
nailain
ako sa
ship?
5.
I watched the cover. Okay na.
The Iron Islands had ships, man po.
Dili nato yung usa nga katong niadto ni Daenerys. Basta, wala na to.
All right. I'd like to see Arya put. Sige, Ellen, if you could choose a spin-off, unsa man?
Si Jon Snow.
Oh, yeah.
Wala naman siya speak aside sa wall.
Yeah, did you
Yung
notice that
yung
Jon Snow
storyline
actually
dito.
smiled? Yeah, that's right. I mean, we won't know what happened, but Jon Snow actually smiled a little bit at the ending. Diba? Like he's back in the north, and that's where his girlfriend, who he killed, was from. And do you think he'll be the king of the real north? Unsa man? Siya may muro?
Mamatay na siya.
I don't know. We never know.
Yeah, but
People like him, Bea.
bitaw. And but I think like he would have
So,
complicated
Kevin
things.
Months,
Yeah.
pero,
How about this? The Night Watch existed to keep the White Walkers and all of those wildlings in the north, to protect the north. Now that the wildlings have come to peace with the north and there are no more White Walkers, so say gamit sa Night Watch.
Wala na.
Hindi ninyawa sila.
Wala
Pero
na.
ang kamo mo is to protect the realms of man, Raman.
All right.
Diba?
all right.
So, hindi sila yung protect against unless na pila yung kontra.
Yeah. We'd like to see more of Jon Snow. He's one of the favorites for the watch. For the watch. Oh, Melvin, what kind of spin-off for the iWatch?
Sige. Night King.
Night King?
Yes.
He's dead. Pero, unsa man?
But dead naman siya.
Continue
Broken
on
into
Kansas
glass.
31 for 3 miles.
Ha?
Namatay naman ang Night King.
Dili,
Bakit
puppet
manuway?
rato siya. So,
The
puppet
real
rato.
Night King.
Yes, puppet rato.
So, ang behind sa Night King,
Yes, puppet rato.
Kasi, di ba na may anak tong Night King? Katong iyang gihimog
Baby.
White Walker?
Oh, naman siya baby nga i-infuse gihimog White Walker, di ba?
Pwede.
Bason. Kay we never saw what happened to that. Bitaw.
Nana siya eh, kuan. Dapat na siya. Another season.
No, pwede. I would have liked to see more of Gendry and how he would have ruled on his part. Kay not enough. We saw a lot of him in season 2 and 3 katong bastard siya Baratheon. And I'd like to see more of him unta. Nawala ra gud siya.
Oh. Dahil mo siya king.
I think he was. Yeah, he of the Baratheon line, he was probably one of the last of the Baratheon line. All right. Okay, we're reaching an hour. We're gonna try to wrap this up, guys. So from left to right na pod, big question, Mel. Big question, guys. Big question. Do you think I know season 8. Do you think season 8 represents Game of Thrones as a whole, and would you recommend it for future generations to come? I'll start to give you an idea of this answer. For example, like a lot of people will criticize Game of Thrones because of how it ended. Like it sucked. The entire thing sucked now because of season 8. I personally don't think that season 8 represents the entire series as a whole. I think the whole story overall was amazing. And now we don't have to wait 9 years to watch it if i-marathon nimo. Right? Just like How I Met Your Mother ba? Like just because that last season and the ending really sucked, do you think the entire series sucked? And would you recommend this to future generations? Okay, Melv, what did you think of the show Game of Thrones overall?
Okay naman. Okay. Overall, gusto ko. Start to
All right.
finish.
All right. Well, at least now we don't have to wait 9 years for it. We can let our kids marathon it in the future now. Just too much sex scenes. Ellen,
Okay raman.
okay lang. As a whole,
Okay lang.
okay lang.
In a
Sa,
quarter mile.
maybe there's something better in the future. What ka basin na pa mas better in the future, diba? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Mas
Alright.
usbon nila mug na ay mug gamalain no Game of Thrones.
Remake.
Reboot,
Future,
ma-reboot na,
remake,
ma-reboot.
Reboot.
Murag Encantadia.
Pwede. Bali po rin kanta niya. Gi-reboot ang buong series.
Provinciano.
Katong pagsakay ni Jon Snow sa dragon, magkakanta dahil ko, I can show you the world.
Aladdin.
Di Aladdin
Your
mo.
destination on the right.
Sakay mo siyang dragon. Oh, Neil, can you wrap it up for us? What do you think of the series overall? And is this something you'd recommend for children of the future?
Are you sure children or soon to be adult children?
Seriously, bro, how old were you when you first saw something naked in the information age now? 10, maybe. Diba? Children!
Are you already
Gusto
open
na
her?
si Neil.
Cool.
So story-wise, ma-recommend din siya actually. Kada yan ko. Pero more on, okay lang.
Okay lang.
Okay lang.
More on okay ra.
Okay ra. Okay ra. Luway kay si Jorah.
Sa book. Dito sa?
Si Jorah,
Just
yeah,
sa
sa
katong
book.
sa book ba nga story kay ang sa kanang sa series mong god basta mura ra dali na ba
Limited biya kag time.
mo pod.
Yeah, there are a lot of
No,
things that you can do in the book. Bisag comics gani, if i-comic nimo. Yeah, and you can just expand it if you goes to comics.
Daghan mag kay stories na na-miss out na dapat ang tanaa.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Kailangan ko na
Ano ba ang
i-fill
story?
Yeah, I would have liked to see more of Brienne of Tarth and yung Squire, but na night na ba ang Squire, for example? Where do they go from there? Unsay ang trabaho? Yeah. Og si Sam pod, I think Sam's story arc was too long. You know, it did not relate to the bigger picture, and I think they wasted a few episodes on that one. All right, Clint, what about you? Tell me about what you think about the story overall. What was your, maybe you could tell us what was the loophole that you thought you didn't like, and would you recommend this to future generations?
So the last episode really put the Game of Thrones down. So let's say, for example, the rating for this last season is 3, then the rest of the seasons are above 5. So this rating of 3 will really pull all of the seasons down. So I really wanted the episode to end with a very high impact. So but however, overall, I think the last season was just the black sheep of all of the rest of the season.
Unsa dito? Unsa to?
Sorry,
Yeah,
door.
now,
20 ni gawas sa room
That's a
niya.
big door. Yeah, Clint, continue.
So, moto siya. So,
Hold the door.
overall,
Hold the
it's
door!
not just
Hold the door!
So if I was going to recommend this one, I would just say that watch season 1 through 5 only, and don't look at
Only?
6, 7.
I would have been okay if
But,
it
but, but
ended
wala man
where,
kayo,
yeah.
just read the book.
Saan yung
So just
pagkakabalo
read
sa
the
end?
book for the ending.
Yeah, I
You
would have been
can
okay
just
with
read the book
Daenerys
for the-
just staying in the kingdom sa Essos ba? If she just stayed there and wala gyud siya nakakross, di ba? Kaya she
Sure,
already had a
I mean,
kingdom dito.
it would
Pero,
be good if they don't release season 8. For me, na for my in my opinion, if they didn't release season 8,
Yeah,
it
and
would
then you
still the
you
episode would still
yeah,
be
yeah,
good.
yeah. You end the season with Jon Snow and Daenerys having sex.
Yes.
Like, oh, incest! Di ba sa
the end
una
of
kay
that-
mong lantaw ta, ew, incest. Karon Jon Snow Daenerys, ooh, incest.
So,
Incest
basically,
between the-
last season you can just remove that. Just let's say just remove the season. They should have not continued with season 8 if they didn't have the effort, or the writers are takula na kaayo gikapoy na because they are now writing Star
Yeah,
Wars.
I think like the biggest reason was because everyone was sikat namang good and everyone had their own projects na eh. I mean, like, you had
Oh.
Cersei, Daenerys, Jon Snow, all have their own movies na. Diba?
And even the screenwriters, they are now starting with the Star Wars. So they have contract with Lucasfilm.
Oh, The
to write-
Mandalorian, right? Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so epic. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Kaw
that's
Pao,
why
troll.
you have the end of,
Yeah, yeah, Clint. How would you like it to end with that?
just end it with with the previous season. Then
7,
that's it. Don't add more. So you just saying you just read the book if you really want to know the ending. So it would be they should have not continue with the last.
Yeah. Well, showbiz, the show must go on. All right, Pao. Tell us about what you think overall. And is this
Ma-recommend
something
ko.
mo recommend ka?
Yes, of course. We all know na the ending was we don't gonna like it. People are gonna hate the ending. And what makes it even more better is because mas pansa.
We don't like the ending.
We even hated it more. Okay, wala na to gi-expect na ani day ka Moy kay ganahan ko sa ending kay dili siya expected. Ganahan day ka mo abot og ingon ani.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you look at it now, though, we're only pissed because we waited so long for it, and we followed the show for almost 10 years. But if you look at the future generations, they can literally marathon 7 and 8 together. You could say,
ko kabantay na it was already been 2 years.
yeah, they were all kids back then, and you can even mix 7 and 8 together into one season, because season 8 was just like, what, 5, 6 episodes? Diba? And kids don't have to wait. They'll marathon it and keep the momentum going. Unta. All right.
Okay ra gyapon.
All right, okay. Any last
Diba
words,
for-
guys? Any
diba
last
ang
words?
question
Mabot
nimo
nag 1
is for
hour ni.
future generation.
Yeah. I think it'll be, because I thought it was just gonna be a generic.
Available naman.
Yeah. Generic. It's the most downloaded series. It's the most downloaded in
Most
the world.
pirated series.
Yeah.
pirated.
Guilty tatanan. Hala.
Taas ba?
Nang amin sa online.
Taas ba siya rating, so it has to be doing something good.
Yeah, I mean, like, Ed Sheeran is in one of those episodes, so yeah, go check that out.
Yes.
The kay ganahan mo
Wala
appeal.
jud kahit dili pa rin ang endgame na wa jud ko ganahan.
Okay. Quick question. Favorite death good scene ninyo nga namatay gyud ang tao. Para na ako, for example, si Baelish. Katong namatay si
Joffrey
Baelish.
ako.
Joffrey.
Season 8 or
Anytime ra.
every-
Joffrey ako.
Varys was pretty awesome too, the way he went out, diba? Dracarys.
Viserion.
Si Tyrion?
Viserion.
Griserion? Kinsa to?
Brother.
Katong dragon ba nga nahimong white walk, nahimong
Oh,
dead.
epic ka ito. Katong iyagi race good siya from the dead. And then break a
maganda.
wall. Yeah, that was pretty epic. Any other death scenes? Para na ako, Baelish
Bolton.
and Si Bolton, Lord Bolton, gikaon siyang mga iro. Luya. Tywin Lannister's death was pretty satisfying. And also si kutong uyab ni Tyrion, katong the whore. Kinsa yang unsa yang ngalan?
Shay.
Si Shay. Grabe. Ay, kinsa ka video? Hala. Si Shay, good. The way she died was brutal when she was revealed nga she was working with Tywin naman. All right, guys. So thank you so much for listening. So this is the opinion of Geeks of Duma. So I'm gonna say Marvin, Clint, Pau, Neil, Ellen, Melvin, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll talk more maybe about Endgame in the future. Stay tuned. We're also going to talk about, is video game really a disorder? Because the World Health Organization just recognized gaming as a disorder. More interesting. Yeah, we'll have more interesting topics.
It's a choice.
All right, it's a choice to be addicted or not. Storya Patana. We'll open up more topics about that, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you again in our past, present, and future videos. Bye, everyone. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.